what I'm saying is, yesterday we had done this small concept, that is E on axis, and what I'm saying is electric field intensity, okay, on a particular axis, and then we went on to do a bisection. Okay, I'm just going to revise this again. Look at it, because this is important. Okay, I don't want anyone to miss it out. See, look here. I am saying that there is a dipole moment that is minus q and plus q. Okay, I want to find out the electric field intensity. Okay, I want to find out the electric field intensity at this point, which is at this point. Okay, this red point, and the figure is in such a way that this point is basically on the bisecting axis of the dipole. So look at this. Many a times we make mistakes. So always in terms of vector, please be very careful in your vector diagrams. Okay, don't simply draw these vector forces anywhere and anyhow. Okay, so a plus q charge, taking this as a positive charge, plus q charge is going to apply a force in the radial direction. Now minus q charge is going to basically attract, if you consider this to be a test charge, positive test charge is going to attract it towards itself. Ultimately the net electric field intensity will be the resultant at an angle theta. Okay, what I said is basically, if you can see this equilateral, it's basically equilateral triangle. Okay, having a 60-degree angle over here, and basically what will be the angle? Are you all listening? Is everyone listening? Yeah. So
Yes.
anyways, the angle doesn't matter. What matters is basically, if theta is here, then you will have a theta exactly, both the angles will be same. Okay, you'll have adjacent upon hypotenuse over here. Simple concept. To find E plus, we know that E plus is basically what? Again, no problem if you all are telling me again, no problem. You all can tell me. Okay, what it will be? This time we'll do it a little bit directly. KQ upon, what will it be?
R square plus A square.
And E minus will be what? It will be the same as EQ, E plus.
Yes, sir.
It will be same as E plus, isn't it? I'm talking about the magnitude. I'm talking about the magnitude.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So both will be the same because they are equal quantities. Dipole moment is having equal charges over here. There is no unequal charges. And we'll come to a sum where we find an unequal charge. So yesterday someone had asked me a doubt that will also get cleared. Okay. So ultimately, due to symmetry, of this figure, we can say E minus is equal to E plus. And then if you want to find out the electric net intensity at the resultant, you're going to take a cos theta angle. Okay, you're going to take the component over x-axis. Okay, so what I have to do is just simply, okay, when you're taking the component on the x-axis, is it only the force which is going to be in the radial direction that you'll consider, or you'll also consider this, which is towards the negative aspect of the charge? You will consider both, isn't it? You will consider both.
Yes, sir.
So what will be E net? E net will be 2 times what? E cos theta. 2 times why? 2 times because I'm taking two components.
Yes,
and if
sir.
if you substitute the value, what you'll get? 2kq fast immediately, guys. 2kq upon r square. I hope you'll get
Plus
it.
A square.
A square.
And what is cos theta? What is cos theta according to this? This is adjacent. This is hypotenuse. What are you going to get? Adjacent by hypotenuse.
A upon root under A
Root
square
R
plus R square.
plus A
And
square.
if you multiply that with this, what you're going to get? Raised to 3 by 2.
R square
Am I
plus
right?
3 by 2.
You're going to get r square plus 3 by 2. Is everyone clear till here?
Yes,
Everyone
sir.
clear till here?
Yes, sir.
But now I told you in dipole moment what to do. After you get basically E resultant, okay, you get it in terms of r square plus a square. Good thing. But what we want is it only in terms of r square. And if you want it in terms of r square, basically what are you going to do is basically you're going to take this point over here and take it to such a distance. You're going to take it to such a distance, basically r becomes greater than a to such a level that you don't need to consider r at all. And so I will do that. I will write here that I will 2kq, okay, a upon r square raised to 3 by 2. Am I right? This is for r very great than a. Greater than a. Okay, is this clear? So what will you get?
Yes, sir.
What will you get? 2 raised to 3 by 2.
2kqa upon r cube.
Yeah, and then what is 2k? What is dipole moment? I told you P is equal to what? P is equal to Q into 2A. P is equal to Q into A. Q into 2A. So Q 2A. That becomes what? P.
P.
So this will become K. Okay, that sounds funny. So I will just interchange it. So it will become Kp upon. Okay, what will it become? R cube. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is basically the dipole moment? This is also called broadside on. Suppose in your exams broadside on comes to, they tell derive the dipole moment on the broadside. Basically it means this. Okay, remember this is important. You understood? Now of course E equilateral is in E net is in which direction? Is it in the positive direction or negative direction?
Negative.
So now see, now is the important thing. I'm rubbing the derivation. See, I'm rubbing it. See, very important concept here. Very important concept. See, yeah. Just look at this. I basically did all over this again, even though I know you're recording, but it's important that E net, let's call it net, okay, is basically equal to KQ upon R cube. This is what we got. KQ upon R cube, but it is in the
So
negative axis.
KP.
KP, yes, thanks. Okay, sometimes I make mistakes. Okay, KP upon R cube, and that is E net. It is in the opposite direction of x-axis, so I put a minus over here. But what is your observation over here? What is your observation? Can anyone simply observe and tell me what have you got through this? What have you understood through this? Hint is E net is negative. Negative of what? Kp upon R cube. Yeah, see, look here. Yesterday I told you dipole moment is from where? Negative to positive. It is from
negative to positive.
This is the direction. So if this is the direction, then what is the direction of electric field?
Positive to negative.
Opposite to it.
Yeah, so equipotentials of see, it is opposite to the, okay, it is opposite to P. Okay, it is opposite to P. You understood? This is an important concept here. Electric field basically is coming out to be opposite to the dipole moment. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that
Yes,
is an
sir.
important concept. That is an important concept. Because that if it comes in numericals and you forget to put a negative sign over there, that's gone case. At least if you know, okay, fine, you derived Kp upon R cube, good. But in the options, suppose in your let's say competitive exams, there are options Kp upon R cube minus Kp upon R cube, okay, plus or minus Kp upon R cube, and you forget what it is. Basically, all you need to remember is if dipole is from negative to positive, my electric field is from positive to negative. So my answer is minus Kp upon R cube. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let's go to some applications. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Any doubt? Yeah. No doubt. Okay. So yesterday we did E axis. Okay. That is electric field on the axis. I'll be calling that E axis. E on the axis is what? Tell me, anyone remembers? 2 Kp upon R cube. Okay. This was yesterday's derivation. Okay. And today's derivation basically E net or E equilateral. What you can call it. So it is equal to what? What we got today? Minus Kp upon R cube. These two things should be very much in your memory. And when I say very much in your memory, it simply does not mean to by heart it. It simply means to start deriving, and then automatically it will come into your memory. Okay. So now let's do a question. Let's do a small question. Okay. The question says, I won't be writing down the question. It's a huge question. Okay. Listen to me. Listen to me. A charge is situated at a certain distance. What I said, a charge is situated at a certain distance from the electric dipole. Okay, so there is a charge. Okay, it is at a certain distance. I take a dipole here, minus q, I take a plus q over here and I say there is a charge at a certain distance from the electric dipole in the end on position. Okay. Now the question, I didn't read the entire question. Listen to the entire question. A charge is situated at a certain distance from the electric dipole in the end on position. It experiences a force F. If the distance of charge is doubled, if the distance of this charge, which is end on position from the dipole, okay, if the distance from the dipole is doubled, the force acting on the charge will be what? Okay, so what he's telling is basically there is a dipole, then he said that there is a charge on the end on position. Okay, remember one thing, axis and a charge placed on an end on position, end on position simply means it is on the axis. Okay, remember these terms, end on position. Okay, so end on position means on the axis. So he's telling that there is a dipole, and the next thing he tells me is there is a charge which is at the end on position, and the third thing he's telling me, if the distance from this between the dipole and the charge is doubled, if the distance is doubled, the force acting on the charge will be what? The force acting on the charge will be what? Is the question clear? Is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So anyone can tell me how can we solve it? Let's suppose that this is a distance called r, and he's telling me that if we found out the electric field intensity all over here, now we have to find out what the force. Okay, we need to find out the force. That is what he's asking. So it's not a great thing. See, look, he's telling that if I make this 2r, what will happen? And basically I took it at this point because this is the what is this? This is a point at the bisect. It bisects the dipole. So I have taken r as simply as from this point to the charge. Okay. If I double this distance, what will be the force? Now see, listen here. What we got E on axis as E axis just now I told you. Anyone remembers?
2 kp
2
upon
kp
r cube.
upon r cube.
So I know it is 2 kp upon r cube. This means E axis is inversely proportional to what?
R cube.
1 upon
The
r.
distance. Yes.
Yeah, 1 upon r. So I know this. So with this I can say that force also will be inversely proportional to 1 upon r cube. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Can I say
Yes,
this?
sir.
Did everyone understand? No, some people didn't understand. See, listen. Electric field is equal to what? F upon Q, na? You all remember this? No. When two charges are there, when two charges are there, you bring one charge is there, Q, and you bring a test charge from infinity to a point here. The electric field intensity at this point will be the force experienced by this point upon the test charge Q. This Q naught, then this will be Q naught. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So in similar,
sir.
so if E is inversely proportional to R cube, by this equation I can say F is also inversely proportional to R cube. Can I just say that? If I expand
sir.
F, I will get
Yes,
1 upon
sir.
R cube. So I can say that F also is 1 upon R cube. And if I am saying that F is around 1 upon R cube, basically then what it will be equal to? It will be 1 upon, what is R here? The question was double. So if I double,
So force will reduce 8 times.
yeah, so 1 upon 8 R cube. 1 upon 8 R cube. So basically what? Basically what it means? It means the force is reduced by 8 times. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, is that clear? Okay. Okay. Let's look at another question. And this is a derivation. This is an important question. Okay. So I'll be okay. I'll just read it out. The ratio of electric field. Okay. Ratio of electric field. I won't be writing the entire thing. Okay. due to an electric dipole. Due to electric dipole. Okay. On the perpendicular bisector and on its axis of dipole is what? Remember the remember the question. See, the ratio of electric field due to an electric dipole on its axis and on the bisector, okay, of dipole is equal to what? How will we find out the answer? It's a simple thing. I'm just asking you the ratio of electric field intensity at a point P on the axis as well as on the bisector.
2:1.
Yeah, 2:1. E on the axis is what? 2 kp upon r
2
cube.
kp upon r cube.
And then E on the bisector was what? E net, I will write here.
Minus
E net
kp
was
upon r cube.
minus kp upon r cube. What is going to be the ratio? E axis upon E bisector. That is, I'll write E net. You can write bisector, okay? Because right now it's not specific. So I'll write this. Okay, same here. So if that is the case, then what are you going to get? Tell me fast.
2:1.
2:1.
So you'll get. So the ratio is 2:1. The ratio is 2:1. So you should always remember this. There can be questions. They give you E bisect. They'll give, if suppose they give you E axis, E on axis, and they tell you to find out E bisector, you can use this concept. This is the concept in the form of a question. Okay, is that clear? Small concepts, they're important to know. Okay, they help us to understand more complicated concepts. Now this is a lovely sum. Look here, for all those who are asking me regarding unequal dipoles. So let's say not only unequal dipoles, let's put more than two charges together. Let's put more than two charges together. Listen to the question. There are three charges. Question says three charges of 2q. Okay, 2q minus q and another minus q. 2q minus q and minus q are placed on the corner of A, B and C of an equilateral triangle of side A, B and C as shown. I will show you. The dipole moment of this combination is what? So he said that there are three charges. They are placed on an equilateral triangle. So I will tell this is A, this is B and this is C. I want to put, instead of A, I'll put here 2q. I'll put minus q over here and I'll put another minus q over here. If I put this and I know that this is going to form an equilateral triangle, I want to find out what basically I want to, what is he asking? Can anyone tell me what did he ask? What was the question asked?
Net dipole.
Okay. Yeah. The dipole moment of this combination is what? Anyone can help me out with this?
We can consider 2q as q and q.
Yes, you can consider that as q. And then what can we do? What can we do ahead with that? How can we go ahead with that? It's a simple thing. See, listen, everyone listen. You know, I've already taught you minus q and plus q. We have already played games with this. Now, we don't know what happens with 2q. Just consider this small thing. Just consider 2q as q. Let's just consider 2q as just q. And now, what was the dipole moment? Where is the dipole moment from? From where to where? From which negative to positive or positive to negative?
Negative to positive.
So I can say that the dipole moment between minus q and q will be like this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
I can also say the dipole moment over here is going to be like this. So ultimately what is going to happen? I'm removing this q over here, just considering it to be q itself. This is the dipole moment due to this charge, and this is the dipole moment due to this charge. Okay. Now you tell me what is going to be the angle between them.
60
What is the
degrees.
angle?
60.
Angle
60
over here
degree.
is 60 degrees. So angle over here also will be 60 degrees. So what is, if I bisect it right in between, what is going to be the angle now?
30 degree.
30 degrees.
Yeah. So now can I just so easily simplify that if I want to find out the dipole moment, but dipole moment means what? P. He is asking me P. He is asking me what is dipole moment. So I can say this is the dipole moment due to this minus q. This is E on axis. If you see, this is E axis, and this is the another E axis. Okay, you can imagine, no? You can imagine that E axis. Okay, it's not on the x axis, but you can imagine that to be a dipole on an axis itself. So there are two axes crossing each other. So if I have to find out the net dipole, what can I do? I can take the component of both these dipole moments on the y-axis. Can I do that? Can I do that? So I can
Yes,
say
Yes, sir.
that. So I can say that P net is basically what? Due to
4
symmetry,
kp upon r cube cos theta.
it will be 2, na? It will be 2p cos 30. Because see, this is a P over here, this is a P over here. This dipole moment is basically because of this charge. This dipole moment is basically because of this charge. So if I have to find both the components on y-axis, I will just, due to symmetry, I will write that 2. Okay, I will add both of them, and I can
Sir,
write
2
P cos
kp.
30. Yeah.
2 kp.
Yes. So no, 2p cos theta 30. So what is cos 30 now? What
Root
is
3
cos
by
30?
2.
So what it will be? So it will be so your net dipole moment is root 3p. Your net dipole moment is what? Is equal to root 3 into p. And what is p? What is p equal to?
Q into 2A.
2AQ. 2AQ.
Q into what? 2a.
2A.
Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. What is the distance of the dipole moment? That I didn't say, no? I'm sorry. Let's consider this to be a. In this case, what will be the distance?
Q into A.
Yeah. So if P is equal to Q into A, I will just write P net is equal to root 3 Q A. This is the net dipole moment on 2Q due to minus Q and minus Q. So the one who asked me regarding not abnormal number of charges and unequal charges as well, dipole moment because of that. So I guess now you come to a point where you understood what the effect of that dipole moment will be.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now is a good question. Another nice concept. It's a good one. Just tell me, if I have to find, now look here, if suppose there is a minus q here and there is a plus q over here, and I want to find out the electric field, let's say I want to find out the potential, not electric field. Potential, the concept of potential. You remember everything what we did earlier? Do you remember?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
the concept of potential energy, the concept of kinetic energy, everything. Yeah. So look here, if there is minus q and plus q over here, and I want to find out the potential at this point P. I want to find out the potential at this point P. What is it going to be, and how will I go ahead with it? How will I go ahead with it? Let's consider this. Okay, I'll just draw the entire diagram. Let's consider. Okay, and then I will write here. Wait, let me get the given from the middle. there's going to be a line. Okay, there's going to be a line which is R. Okay, and yes, this will be A. This is also A. Okay, I want to find out the potential at this point P. The entire diagram will look like this. Okay, and I'm saying that there is some angle theta over here. There is some angle theta over here. And the distance, see, look here. It might not be very clear. Is it clear? Are you all able to see the diagram?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Now look here. If I have to find out the potential at this point P, okay, if I have to find out the potential at this point P, first of all, I'll have to know what is the distance from here to here. What is the distance from here to here? Is that clear? I have to know the distance. Now, if I have told you, if I can tell you that if I draw basically a perpendicular from this point, let's consider this to be R, the middle one. If I draw a perpendicular from this touch, then what will be this distance? See, look, there is an A over here. If I take the component towards this side, what will I get? Any idea? What will be this distance? It will be A cos theta. A cos theta.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this distance basically is A cos theta. Okay, A cos theta. So now I can say that this basically will become what? R minus A cos theta. I can say that this distance is R minus A cos theta. Why I am saying that? R minus A cos theta. If I take this point P at a very large distance, if I place it at a very large distance, basically the distance of this and this will become same, no? This and this will become same. Am I right? Look here, understand the concept. I know it is a little bit difficult to grasp. Okay, let's see. Look here, this is a plus sign, but if you're a little bit getting confused, also let me know. See, look here, I am taking this point P at a very large distance. In that case, this distance from here to here and this distance from here to here will be almost the same. So if what will be only, see, what will be this distance equal to? Only this. What will be that equal to? It will be
R
R minus
minus A cos theta.
Yeah, because R is the entire distance. R is the entire distance from here to here. R minus A cos theta. This will be R minus A cos theta. And if this is A cos theta, if I draw a perpendicular like this over here, another perpendicular if I draw, okay, like this, then what is this distance again? A cos theta.
Cos theta.
So I will write A cos theta. And then what will be this distance? This is R only. This entire portion is R. If this entire portion is R,
Yes,
this also
sir.
entire portion will be R. This will be R. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is clear. Now tell me, what is going to be the potential at point P because of this plus charge? What is it going to be? What is the
KQ upon R minus
KQ upon
A cos
R minus
theta.
A cos theta.
yes? But tell me the general formula of potential first.
KQ upon R.
Yeah. So for everyone who doesn't know, again it's a revision. V plus potential ka formula is KQ upon R. And if I am asking you right now the potential at this point P due to this charge Q plus, I will write V plus as KQ upon R. Okay, V plus as KQ upon R. So what is KQ upon R? KQ upon, you said R minus A cos theta. R minus A cos theta. Okay, KQ is equal to R minus A cos theta. I'll just draw a line. Okay, what is going to be V minus immediately? Tell me.
KQ upon R plus A cos theta.
KQ upon, see, V minus is basically going to be addition of radius and addition of R and addition of A cos theta. It's going to be R and A cos theta. It won't be R minus A cos theta because R is only between these 2 points. Just as R is between these 2 points. Okay. So it is going to be R plus A cos theta. R plus A cos theta. So what is going to be the net potential? Tell me first. Net potential will be what? Okay. Listen to me. What is this potential? V minus going to be equal to? It is going to be minus KQ. Because
Yes,
it is due to a negative potential, the charge will be Q minus, no? Minus of charge
Yes, sir.
Q. So now tell me the net potential. KQ upon, if I take
KQ
KQ,
upon RA minus cos theta minus KQ
1 upon R
RA
minus,
plus cos theta.
yes. Okay, minus of 1 upon R plus A cos theta. Okay, tell me now what is, take this, what is it going to be? You can see A minus B, A plus B.
2KQ.
R square minus A
2KQ
square
R
cos
upon
theta.
R square minus A square cos square theta.
Yeah, so I can write Kp upon, what you said? 2 Kp upon R square minus
A square cos square theta.
A square cos theta. Cos square theta.
Yeah, and what is P? Look here now. Now carefully look. What is P? What is the distance? Is P Q into 2A?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Huh?
sir.
That. Now don't write A. Okay. So I can write 2 K Q into A. Okay. Upon R square minus A square cos square theta. Okay. Okay. But I'll just rub this entire thing now. How many minutes we got? We got 2 minutes, and thankfully we have just solved it almost. So if I know, let's even rub this. Okay, this is also not needed. Just for your information that P was here, Q into 2A. Anyways, so if you got 2 Kp, R square minus cos square theta. Okay, R square minus cos square theta. R square minus A cos square theta. Okay, and if I take R to be very large than A, what will it be? What will it be?
Insignificant.
Yeah, it will be insignificant. So can I remove A square minus cos square theta?
Yes.
If I
Yes,
take
sir.
R to be very large, very large, this A cos theta will be insignificant. It will be negligible. Okay, what will remain is basically R. That is what will remain. So I can write that it is basically 2Kp upon R square minus A square cos square theta, which I will remove it. So it will be 2 Kp upon R square. 2 Kp upon R square. Now let's come back to that. Okay. This is going to be what? Potential at what point? It is going to be potential at P at an angle theta. This is going to be the potential at P at an angle theta. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is this clear? Yeah. Okay. So what? So I guess the time is over. So we'll do the next concept of dipole. That is, we'll find out the general equation of dipole in the next lecture. Okay, a general equation where we can find out the electric field intensity on the axis as well as on the bisector. Axis as well as on the bisector.